already know what it is. We're back at it again tonight. First ever in-game play-in tournament for the Toronto Raptors, and we end up taking the L tonight. We lost to the Boston Celtics in a very, very competitive, star-studded match tonight. There's a lot of celebrities in the house. There's a lot of entertainers in the building in Toronto for the first ever play-in tournament game, which was pretty good. It was a pretty overall. The atmosphere was pretty cool. The game was pretty lit. There was a lot going on, but at the same time, we ended up taking an L. It was very competitive to say the least. I'll give the Raptors that. We could have won the game. Personally, I thought we should have won the game, but at the same time, like I said before, if you don't have a closer at the end of the game, if you don't know how to do certain things to close out games, it will show. And that's what it did tonight. And that's why we took the loss tonight. So score was 108 to 105. Yeah, the 108 to 105. Yes, Boston Celtics defeat the Raptors. Player of the game was Dennis Schroeder for the Toronto Raptors. Dennis Schroeder ended up finishing off with a stat line of 23 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Um, in a pretty good night. I mean, like overall statistically, I would say there was a lot of contribution from virtually. It was good contribution from the players tonight. Like I'm not even a front. Like the players, pretty good contribution tonight. I think pretty much everyone had a pretty good game. Like honestly, as far as the starting lineup goes, there was contribution from the bench. It was all right. Like honestly, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like it was all right. Like it wasn't that bad. Like honestly, it wasn't that bad. Real talks, but at the same time, it's just kind of like it is what it is. Yo, that third foul from Pascal Siakam was weak. No, honestly, it was, and that's the thing. Like the referee was blowing certain type. There was the whistle was going for. There were certain calls that were just kind of suspect, like Porzingis flopping and just all types of stuff. There was you guys see it, man. There was a lot going on over there. Honestly, I wasn't feeling it. There was certain calls, there were certain things being called that I just was not feeling tonight. But bro, if we can't close, then what are we doing? We couldn't close out the game. We kept it competitive. We were ahead. We were behind. We came back. We were ahead, and then we lost it at the ending. You know what I mean? From that three from White. White hit that corner three. Unfortunately, there's the offensive rebounds are lacking on the Raptors department. That's the biggest problem I'm noticing. We were attacking the rack a lot more. We played some good defense in spurts. I wouldn't say we played entirely the whole entire game in good defense, but we played defense in spurts. But I would say personally, what I noticed the most, we just weren't closing. We couldn't close out the game. That's the problem. We couldn't close it out. Scotty had a big three. He missed that three. Scotty had opportunity to take it to the rack. He missed that. There was just so much things that were going on that we couldn't close out. We're relying too much on the three ball. We're shooting too many 3-point shots. And it's you know what I mean. At the end of the day, you already know you already know my train of thought when it comes to the 3-point shot. You live by the three, you're gonna die by the three. Like honestly, you have to attack the rack. You have to play inside outside basketball. You have to crash the boards. We weren't doing a good job at crashing rebounds. We weren't getting as many rebounds as we should have gotten, and as many rebounds as we could have gotten. Like, you know what I mean? It was a good atmosphere. I like the court. I like the jerseys. I like the way the guys are playing. I like the starting lineup. I like to see Gary Trent in the starting lineup. I thought that was a good. Gary came out very strong. I like what I saw from Gary. I wish he ended it a little bit stronger, but I thought Gary was really good tonight. You know what I mean? With the 14 points, you saw they were strong 14 points from Gary. Gary's plus minus. Gary was effective tonight. 4 for 9 from the field goal. 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 3 for 5 from free points. Like Gary Trent was very strong tonight. Like honestly, like I thought he played a really good game. I had no problem with Gary Trent. Scotty Barnes, 32 minutes, 14 points. Thought Scotty scored more than 14 points. 5 for 13 from the free throw, from the field goal. Uh, three defensive rebounds, 0 offensive rebounds. We got to get Scotty crashing the boards more. I'm going to start emphasizing offensive rebounds because it seems like we're not getting a lot of those. And I'm starting to look at the offensive rebounds. It was lacking tonight. Jakob Pertl got 2. Pascal Siakam got 1. and Malachi Flynn got one, and Chris Boucher got one offensive rebound. That's not enough for us to win. We gotta crash the boards more. We can't be just getting offensive rebounds. Now, defensive rebounds, it seemed like Dennis Schroeder had 7, Pascal 5, Scotty Barnes 3, 2 for Trent, 9 for Achua. Like we got to crash the boards on the offensive side. When we miss a shot, we got to be able to go back and try to get that point up, and that's something that was lacking. Like Dennis Schroeder, 35 minutes, 23.7 rebounds. I said that. Jakob Pertl, 33 minutes, 11 points, 8 rebounds, four um, four assists. You know what I mean? Jakob had 2 offensive rebounds and then 6 defensive rebounds. 5 for 5 from the field goal, plus minus 1. Dennis Schroeder's plus minus 1. Pascal Siakam, 29 minutes, 23.6 rebounds, 5 assists, 0 steals. You know what I mean? Um, Turnovers, 3 turnovers. Offensive rebounds is 1. Well, we got to get better on that. Scotty, 14. I said that. Gary, 14. Pressure Chua, 24 minutes, 5 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, and then clashing all of them defensive rebounds. So we got to get more offensive rebounds. When we second chance points, second opportunity points, that's something that we need to emphasize more with this team because we're lacking on the offensive rebound side, and you could see it. We miss a shot, we miss a 3. Everybody's like running back court instead of crashing the glass to grab the rebound or get the putback. Like we need to start getting inside the paint. We need to start attacking inside the paint. We got to play big. We're not playing big. We got some big guys, but we're not playing big. So, Malachi Flynn, he ended up finishing with 19 minutes, 5 points, one rebound, 5 assists. I thought Malachi was okay tonight. I wanted to see a lot more. I think Malachi's thing is, his shooting. He's not a good. He's a very streaky shooter because 2 for 6 from the field goal. Like, dude, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line. Like, you know what I mean, Malachi. I seen you attacking the rack, which is good, but I want to see more from you. I still think there's more to your game. I don't know what, you like. I'm still trying to figure out what you're really great at. I don't know what you're great at. I know you're a good player, but I don't know. You're not really like he's not a thorough player, but at the same time, what is he great at? And at the end of the day, it's kind of like he needs to put in more work, in my opinion. Chris Boucher, 18 minutes, 6 rebounds, 6 points, 4 rebounds. And it's kind of like there's another thing: 3 rebounds from defensive side, 1 rebound from the offensive side. Chris Boucher got to give me more rebounds. He got to give me more rebounds. That's the reality of things. Like I need to see a lot more rebounding from Chris Boucher. In order for us to become a successful team, we got to get more rebounds. We're falling down in the standings. Like unfortunately, Raptors are falling down in the standings, and we have the Detroit Pistons on Sunday, which should be. We have a pretty some easy games coming up. Like we got the next 2 games are pretty easy as far as like Sunday's game. We have Detroit in Toronto, and then we have to go out to Orlando, Florida, to go play the Magic on Tuesday, and then we have the Pacers, which is going to be a tough team on Wednesday, and then we have our next play-in tournament game in Toronto next week Friday versus the Bulls. Black Friday, we're going to be back at it again in Toronto. You know what I mean? Then we have Cleveland, then we have the Brooklyn Nets. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we have what 3 play-in tournaments that we have to play in. So let's get at least 2 wins, man. We could beat Brooklyn. We could have pretty much win all 3 of these games. We could have won this game. Let's be real. But the problem is just the offensive rebounding side. We did a really good job as far as containing. Like, let's be real. Like, we did a good job. Like, Jalen Brown, Tatum scored 17, so he didn't even go off on us. Jalen scored 23, and it was kind of like Porzingis scored 14, but he had the double double. He crushed us. The glass, 10 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive. He's not even grabbing offensive rebounds either. It's all defensive rebounds. So these guys aren't even killing us. Look, on the offensive side, they weren't killing us on the glass. Look, 2 offensive rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, 2 from Porzingis, 1 from Tatum, 2 from Drew Holiday, 1 from Horford, and 1 from Hauser. Like they're not even killing us, and 1 from Pritchard. They're not even killing us on the offensive side of the rebound. We should be able to crush these guys. Like where's guys getting like 7, 8 offensive rebounds, second chances, putbacks, dunking on guys. Like we don't have that, and you're starting to notice it. Like I'm starting to notice it as well. Like somebody pointed out to me, like, look, we're losing on second chances, and that was enough for me to start paying attention to it a lot more, which I'm going to be start doing. I'm going to emphasize that we have to beat these guys on the glass. Let's be real. We have to beat them on the glass. Offensively, second chances. We got to beat them on defensive side and offensive side. Then we got to attack the rack and get to the free throw line more. We didn't get to the free throw line at the level that we should have got to the line, in my opinion. Real talks. You know what I mean? We did not get to the free throw line like we should have. And I think, you know what I mean, you could you seen how you know what I mean, it you know what I mean? Like it just you see what I'm saying? It just kind of really affected us. It really affected us because at the end of the day, I was kind of like, this is a team we could have potentially won, and this would have been excellent for. Because I really want to go to Vegas. Like I want to be able to see our team out there in Las Vegas, Nevada, just handling business. You know what I mean, and just going out there and actually doing the damn thing. But if we're not even we're not at that level where we're doing that. It's kind of like, what are we doing then? You see what I'm saying? Like real talks. What are we doing? What are we doing? You know? Oh man, it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we shouts to the star-studded night too. We had Drake in the building, Fat Joe in the building. We had Buffalo Bills Damar Hamlin in the building. There's a lot of, you know what I mean? There's a lot going on tonight. We should have closed the game with all that. That star-studded, all the names, and everyone's having good vibes out there. It's like, come on, we got to win these games, yo. We got to get this dub. You feel me? Gotta get this dub. We didn't even get the win tonight. That's the thing that sucks. And it was like we looked like a really good team. We looked like we could have won it. I just think we forced too many 3-point shots. Another thing I keep emphasizing, we need to attack the rack and get more second chances and just play hard-nosed defense. I think a lot of guys are standing around a lot. I've noticed a lot of standing around. ISO basketball. One guy has the ball. Everyone's standing around watching him with the ball. From time to time, you'll see shifting and movements and stuff and plays being called. But then there's too much of ISO ball. Dennis Schroeder taking a lot of 3-point shots. I noticed a lot of missed shots. It just stood out to me. There's a lot of clunks going on from Dennis Schroeder's side, and it was a lot of like 4 shots in the field goal and just stuff where it's kind of like you don't have no crossover game. You don't have no game where you can get a defender off of you, spin out. You're not Tim Hardaway, Allen Iverson. If you're Allen Iverson's getting his defender off him all day, and Allen Iverson's taking contact and getting behind one and going to the free throw line. Like that's the basketball that I grew up watching. That's what I seen. Tim Hardaway crossing guys over and blowing by guys to get the bucket. Like I need to see that. Dwayne Wade shaking and baking in and out of the lanes, booming on guys, dunking on guys, posterizing guys, and getting to the bucket. Like we need to attack the rack. LeBron James, you know what I mean? LeBron James attacking the rack. Like we have to attack the rack. That's how you win these games. Like I keep saying, we are not Golden State. If you have your three, you have your three. But if you can attack the rack, attack the rack. You know what I mean? I still want to see more. I still don't think I'm seeing what I need to be seeing from this team. I still think there's a lot missing from this team. I like the team though. I like the way we played early tonight. I think I like what I seen earlier tonight, but at the same time, I want to see a lot more. I think there's a lot more left in the tank for our squad. But the only way we'll be able to unveil that and be able to actually basically just be able to like display that, and we have to start playing more more into our strengths and we're not really an amazing 3-point team, so we have to find ways to compromise for not being the best 3-point team. How do you become that bet non we're a good 3-point team, but at the same time we're kind of streaky. We're not on the Warriors level. We're not on some of these other teams levels. So what we have to do is we have to attack the rack, and we have to start getting points closer into the where the bucket is and in the paint, and get to the free throw line. Yes, the refs are not going to call certain calls for us, but at the same time, we have to give ourselves more opportunity, like getting, like I said before, getting those second opportunities to score at the basket. When a shot's missed, you got to be able to grab the rebound and go back up and try to score it again. Not throw it to the like these guys will literally be in front of the rim. For them to try to score in front of the rim, They'll try to outlet it and pass it out to the 3-point line. It's like, come on, bro. Where's the common sense, man? Like, get the bucket in the rim. If you're at the rim, just get the bucket. Just things like that I've noticed, and you could start to see how it's starting to affect like our win loss ratio, where we're losing a lot more games than we should be losing. Like tonight was a game we should have won. There's certain teams we should have just beaten straight up outright. Like we're 5-8 now. You know what I mean? Or 5-7, or what are we? 5-7, 5-8. Like we're somewhere around that. And it's like our team is better than that. If you told me we were 7-5, I'd be like, okay. And still 7-5 isn't all that great. I think there's way more room for improvement. Like we should be like, personally, I think like, you know, I think we should at least be at least a 10-win team by now. You know what I mean? At least a 10-win team by now. Maybe lost a couple of games, but it's still a 10-win team. And if we're really on our game undefeated, we shouldn't be on a winning streak. But that's not going to happen. We haven't even given ourselves a winning streak to see. We haven't gone on a 2 or 3 game winning streak. You know what I mean? Or I think max we gone on was a 2 game, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of like we gotta, or 1 or 2, like we gotta get on a hot streak where it's kind of like we're rolling through teams. We can't just kind of be losing games like this. You see what I'm saying? Because it's going to catch up to us later on when we're in the playoff hunt. It's like, oh, we could have won this game. We should have won this game. Oh, but we're in the play-in tournament. Hallelujah! And everyone's celebrating and running to the square to get eliminated in the play-in. Like I'm not ready for that. That's not what I signed up for. That's not what I signed up for. You know, I'm giving away tickets for the game, right? So if I'm giving away tickets, I'm not giving away tickets to a losing product. We're gonna be doing the ticket giveaway. Feel free, remember to stay tuned with that. We're gonna be doing that. But at the same time, it's kind of like, come on, man, guys, we got to figure this out, man. We got to really figure this out. We got to get these wins, and we need to really push the envelope as a team so we can get to the next place and get to that the top 3 tier in the Eastern Conference in order for us to be like taken seriously. That's one of the goals for the Toronto Raptors. For me personally, I want to see us a top 3 team. I'll be satisfied if we're a top 3 team because I know once we go to the playoffs, we will be able to at least get ourselves in a good seed, and we'll be able to at least be able to see some team. We'll be able to at least be able to make it past the first round, maybe go second, third. Ideally, Eastern Conference Finals is what I'm chasing. That's my to me for this team, an Eastern Conference appearance is excellent. I think that's good. That's solid. We If we win a championship, go to the NBA Finals, I'd be just ecstatic. If we win the NBA Finals, I would freaking I would shed a tear. You see what I'm saying? Like literally, because it's just like we literally overachieved at this point. Like we literally did more than we were supposed to do. But at the same time, if we can go to the at least second to Eastern Conference, which I still have us projected potentially to do, but we're not going to be able to do it if we don't still haven't carved out our identity as a team. So that's one of the most important things as this team, as the season continues to progress, is we have to start being able to fix up certain things, get more offensive rebounds, second chance buckets, getting to the free throw line, attacking the glass more. Um, stop forcing our shots. Stop getting in front of the basket, jumping in midair, and then you're literally in front. You're literally like your head is right at the bucket, and you're outletting for a 3-point shot. Stop doing that stuff and just start trying to go for the dunk on the guy. Lay it up on the guy. Get the and one. Get the foul. Like just get these things. These things add up. These will get players out of the game, fouled out of the game, and these will give us easier buckets. So keys to beating so unfortunately we did lose tonight. The Boston Celtics were able to take care of us, beat us 108 to 105 in Toronto, our first ever play-in tournament game, which is unfortunate, but we still have 2 more play-in tournament games. We have the Chicago Bulls next week, Black Friday, and then we also have the Boston Celtics. I mean, sorry, we have the Brooklyn Nets as well. So we have 2 other playing games. These are teams we can beat. These are teams we should be able to beat. We've had difficulty with Chicago for whatever reason, but I don't see why we can't beat them. But we need more to play more of a team oriented game, and we need to start controlling. Our best players have to take over in order for us to get to that opportunity for us to get to the second round or the Eastern Conference Finals, because I really want to play all the way into June. I love basketball in June. I like the whole environment. I love the vibe. I like it in May, and I love it even more in June. When you get to actually taste basketball in June, man, bro, it's a whole different experience. It's more meaningful. It means a lot more when your team when you take out that team by Memorial Day weekend and you are scheduled for the NBA Finals in June, because there's a time frame where it goes on a break for a bit before the NBA Finals start in June. It's one of the most beautiful feelings in the world. It's hot outside, everything's going on. You know, I mean, if you live in the western part of the world, it's boiling, bubbling hot everywhere you go. You see what I'm saying? People talking about the Raptors. ESPN starts covering us. We get covered on Fox Sports. We get covered on outlets that we're not supposed to be getting covered on because they don't want to cover us, but they start talking about us. They have to come over here and actually come to our city and actually broadcast games. You see what I'm saying? And actually have to do media work in Toronto. That's what I want to see them, because they don't like it, but they love what we do over here. When they come over here, they're loving everything, every moment of it. So it's important for us to actually be able to get ourselves an opportunity to do this, right? So I'm looking forward to it. I still have faith in this team. I'm gonna keep rooting for this team. I'm gonna do every single game until the season ends. You see what I'm saying? Right until the end. And then we're going to determine what is what by then. But at the same time, listen, keys to beating the Orlando Magic. We play Orlando on Sunday. We got to play our game first and foremost. We got to crash the glass. We got to get on them early. We got to hit our open shots. We also have to attack the rack. We got to get to the free throw line. We have to just beat them out the building. We have to beat the brakes out of them. Like, we have to really, really like violate them. Like, if we can violate these guys, yo, I'm telling you right now, it's over. Like, we got them, and that's what we got to do. We got to really just like get these guys out of here. Because let's be real, Orlando Magic is not a team that I'm even. This is not even a team that's our competition in hindsight. They've never been our competition. So let's not make them our competition. We played them one time in the playoffs. They beat us the first game, and after that, they never even looked at us again. They never looked at us again. They couldn't even talk to us after that because we just humiliated them. Gentlemen, basically just 4 games straight ass whooping. Get them out of here. Send them out of here. You know what I mean? So this is what we got to do. We got to whoop their ass, and then we got to get ready for Detroit, because Detroit's gonna be another team where we got to spank on their ass too. Because Detroit is garbage. Detroit's probably the worst team in the Eastern Conference. So we got to get on there. Killian Hayes and these young. They have a whole bunch of guys who play the same position on their team. Like, bro, I'm not losing the guys who can't even post up, who just all the AAU basketball players. No, we're not supposed to be losing a bunch of AAU ballers. Like, real talk, we're the Toronto Raptors, bro. Like, come on, man. We got to beat these guys. I don't care. I got Raptor fans everywhere. I meet Raptor fans everywhere I go, all over this planet. We got to whip these guys' ass. People, we got Raptors fans in Florida, Oklahoma, Ohio, wherever. We got them everywhere. Toronto, Saskatchewan, I mean, Prince Edward Island, Mexico, everywhere I go, I meet Raptor fans. You know what I mean? So we got to get these guys out of here, yo. Real talks, yo. Honestly, like, anyways, listen, yo, I'm signing out. Raptors, we lost tonight. Star-studded night. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody who checked out the game tonight. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I'm not gonna stay on here too long, but we'll be back on Sunday with the post-game reaction versus the Orlando Magic, or is it? Yeah, Orlando Magic we're playing, right? Yeah, we play them. So we'll be back on Sunday with that. I'm signing out. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I'm out of here. Peace.